Well, good afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon here, and usually on Sundays I spend the day with my family, and I don't get a lot of art done, but I usually get a little bit done, so it's still worthwhile to make an update. But first, I wanted to continue something from yesterday. Yesterday, I told my James Joyce story and about how I had read some of his works and how I had tried valiantly to get through Finnegans Wake. Last night, I was having some difficulty falling asleep. I kept thinking about Finnegans Wake, and it occurred to me that when I was reading Finnegans Wake, there were fewer resources available at the time. I certainly had half a dozen books to help me, but I didn't really have any audio resources. I think if nowadays, if I were to undertake this project again, I would seek out recordings of this work, maybe through LibriVox. If that's not available, one could use the internet in a different way. For instance, the book is about 600 or so pages. One could read 2 pages aloud a day, and then talk about that, and that could be an internet video, and then over a year, one could get through the whole book. So for instance, one could read blah blah blah, stuff, one cad's bit of strife, etc., etc. Read these 2 pages, and then with the help of commentary, come up with different ideas, and then that could be its own little YouTube show. It's just something that's beyond my scope. I don't have the wit to get back into James Joyce. Another idea came to me though, and that which is an idea closer to my way of thinking, would be to translate this into a visual work. For instance, the St. John Bible is a modern day calligraphic, illuminated manuscript of the Bible. It takes many volumes. It was done by hand, but the team used computers to plan out the writing so it would look good on the page. And there's a great deal of artwork, not only illustrations among the text, but the text itself was used to illustrate the stories or the themes of the biblical text. And I think that would actually be an excellent project for Finnegans Wake if a team of artists under a single direction could translate this page by page and scene by scene into a visual medium. They could still use the same words, just like an illuminated manuscript, but for instance, have these words give an impression of what's happening according to an interpretation, and there could be illustrations, and there's just a whole lot of ways that I think this work could be brought to life, which were not available in previous generations. Alright, that's probably enough for Finnegans Wake, because it's a very difficult subject, and I really don't know what I'm talking about there. Sorry, Mr. Joyce. But anyway, as to my art progress, I'm not really going to get a lot done today, because it's just a lazy Sunday. I did do this sketch during church. I'm one of those types of people who just kind of sketch along. Just like in school, I would be sketching while listening to a lesson or a sermon or a service in this case. I am not a very musical person, so I really can't contribute too much to song in a service. I penciled this during church and I started inking it. I'll probably finish this today just for completeness sake. That's a good kind of lazy Sunday project. I would also like to finish inking this page. This was from last night. These were aliens from earlier in the Alien St. Patrick's Day parade, and as we come to the end of the story, I wanted some of the stranger aliens to make a final appearance. So let's see if I can't finish inking this tonight, and then tomorrow I can start working on the last probably 4 pages of this project. doing the line art of the last 4 pages. The painting will come later. I'm probably not going to paint for another 2 or 3 weeks. But anyway, that is my update for today, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.